What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes checking in with Brad Tavares, one of our favorites out of Extreme Couture. He's the team captain, going on 28 fights coming up here on March 14th. He's going to face Eryk Anders. Brad, I got it right? You're closing in on number 28 now?
Bro, funny you say that. I was just at the gym earlier, and one of the guys there, Milos, he's like a coach there, like a trainer, and he was just asking me. He's like, "Hey, how much fight is this, or what fight is this gonna be?" And I was like, "Oh, bro, I am not even too sure. I'm pretty sure I'm above 25."
Yeah.
And you said I'm at 28, and then, obviously the one that been being talked about the most is just the wins tied at that 16 point right now with Bisping.
You want to get to 40 fights, or is that too long?
Ooh, I think
35?
yeah, I think that's too long. 40.
I was gonna say 30, but I didn't want you to go, "Oh man, are you showing me out the door already?" So how about
that's
35?
12 more. 35, yeah, I could do 35.
You got 7 more camps in you?
7 more camps, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll play it as it goes.
Brad, when I say, do you have 7 more in you, right away, what's tougher? I mean, this might be dumb, but who knows? The camp or the weight cut? The weight cut's not just like Thursday night, dehydrating. You're probably tapering down. So that's probably a lot of meals that just flat out suck, right? And then the camp is obviously, it's fun to punch someone in the face, but they're punching back. And then you have Nick's, a couple of bruises and stuff.
100%. Like when I think about it that way, what do I enjoy more? I enjoy the everyday grind of the training. And obviously in camp, it's a little bit more tedious. Everything is a little bit more dialed in. It's a little more intense rather than just training after a fight, right? You're just kind of there because you enjoy it. You're trying to get better. You're trying to help your teammates out. But still, I don't think I could do this if I didn't enjoy the day-to-day training, being on the mat with the boys and just the grind. The weight cut, 100% I could do it out. So definitely the weight cut is worse. Like I'll go through as many camps as possible. If they're like, "Hey, you don't need to cut weight," I'll be like, "Cool, just keep doing it then." Enjoy it.
You fight on March 14th. When do the meals officially start sucking? Like less flavor, less tasty, less calories?
So luckily for me, I'm not one of those guys that has to weigh their 3 leaves of spinach and their 1 ounce of tilapia and 3 grains of rice. So I can still eat pretty close into the fight. I would say like maybe the last couple of days leading up to it is probably the worst. Obviously, about 2-3 weeks out, you start dialing it in depending on where my weight is. If I'm a little bit heavier, I got to diet a little harder. If I'm a little closer, I can be a little bit more lenient there. But yeah, I'm not. Again, it boils back down to like you do this for so long, you have to enjoy it. And if you hate every aspect of it, like I watched some of my closest friends and teammates do it, cut weight literally year round. They have to stay at this certain weight just so that if something does come up and they have to take a fight, and not even short notice, I'm not even talking like 4 weeks or less. I'm talking about like 8 to 10 weeks. If you know what I mean, like if they have to fight in 8 to 10 weeks, they have to eat a certain way year round just so that they can confidently make that weight. And to me, like to each his own, but to me, that is not enjoyable. If I had to do that, I don't think I would have lasted this long.
When's the last time you pigged out, and what was it?
I pigged out right when I got home today. I went to go work out, and when I got home, cooked the wifey and I up some steaks, and she had steaks and rice. I ate a piece of steak, 3 eggs, and some onions and mushrooms. So see again, like that is a great meal to me, and I don't like. It's not like I'm dieting. I flavored it up, salted it up. I ate it with ketchup. You guys notice I love ketchup. Ketchup on everything.
Even on the steak part?
Oh yes, on everything,
Okay.
literally everything. If I
On
took a
white
picture,
rice?
white rice, yes. I didn't eat rice with the meal tonight, but bro, eggs and rice must have with ketchup. That like
On,
eggs and rice is like my favorite, probably all around meal. And if I don't have ketchup, I can't eat it. I would like say I made eggs and rice for breakfast and I looked in the fridge and there was no ketchup. I would hop in the car, probably run to 7-Eleven because that's the closest gas station slash store to my house, and grab a couple packets of ketchup. And
what if
then
that
I'll
gas station had just had an incident and there's yellow tape and you know that the next place is 5 miles? Would you still go? Or you just
nah,
call it
this,
a
this
day?
this is Vegas. We nothing is 5 miles away. Nothing is. We're spoiled like that.
Yeah, we are. All right. How about mac and cheese? Would you put, if you had mac and cheese, would you put ketchup on that? I've done it too.
I eat my mac and cheese with ketchup.
Man, I got to give this guy a fist bump. That's There you go. We're on the same
Boom.
wavelength. Goes,
Yep.
take it over. What you got for Brad Tavares?
I'm too offended to take it over right now. I'm still trying to process everything he just said. Did
What
you know,
what is
Eric?
what is
Did
your
you know?
favorite meal? Wait, what is your favorite meal? Like, what is your go-to meal?
It's like a seafood dish, a Peruvian seafood, like a stew. I'm not trying to put ketchup on that.
I'll eat it with ketchup.
Did you know Eric Nixon puts mustard on eggs?
Mustard?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I've
ask
actually
him
never
about
seen
that.
him eat eggs.
Um,
Interesting. That's disgusting, but okay.
All right, so let me ask you this. This fight here,
Yep.
what made you say this is the right fight? Was it the only name that was thrown out your way? Was it one that you liked? What made it the right fight?
It was not the only name that was thrown out my way. There's actually a few names that had been floated out, and for whatever reason, those guys couldn't take the fight, couldn't make the fight, had whatever things going on. And then Eryk's name came across, and it was one of those kind of bittersweet. Is like he and I we're friendly. I wouldn't say we're like the best of friends or anything, but we've known each other for years. He's come out and trained with us before. But this is the life we live. This is the business that it is, and sometimes these are the fights that you have to make. So it's one of those, like it's not. I have no ill will or bad blood towards him. But at the end of the day, he's in there trying to take my head off, and I got to go out there and take his head off. So it's a fight.
Well, I wanted to say him, but actually you're both kind of known for being aggressive fighters. For this fight, are you guys going to take turns being the bull and the matador, or are we looking at two bulls?
We'll see. It's always my intention to go out there and implement my game plan, like regardless of what this guy is trying to do. I'm trying to go out there and put my game plan into play and make it my fight. So we'll see how that ends up for him, and how he responds to that. And that will kind of, I think, tell us how this fight is going to play out.
George alluded to it a little bit earlier in the interview, and you said something really cool. And for people who don't know, you're the captain at Extreme Couture, so you probably got a lot of these. But one that stuck to me was you have to love what you do. Yep. And I guess my question to you is like, maybe that's a piece of it, but what are other secrets to your longevity in this sport at the highest level, may I add?
Honestly, bro, I'll be straight with you guys. Like I've thought about it, I've been asked this question, and I cannot pinpoint it to anything. Like I've talked about it before, the things that I do and taking care of your body. But when I really think about it, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think I'm blessed. I'm blessed from the Lord. I think God blessed me, because I have been able to do this for as long as I have, and it's something that I've genuinely enjoyed and loved, and the life that it's afforded me. And when I look back, I don't feel like I'm special, and I don't think, like any of these things. Like I don't think I'm Wolverine and that I heal great. I've dealt with my fair share of injuries, but yeah. So when I look back at it, I just feel like God has blessed me. This is what He wanted for me, and that's why I'm still doing it. And then on top of that it is being smart. When I was young, And when I first got to Vegas, I was an idiot. And luckily I had coaches and close friends watching out for me and trying to, guide me the right way, because I was like, oh, I want to fight. I remember coming up in Hawaii, as soon as I started fighting, I wanted to fight the who's who. I wanted to fight, I think at that time, the man was like Egan Inoue. And I remember being like 18, 19, wanting to fight him. And my coach was like, oh, mate, one day, blah, 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 like saving me from myself. Bro, I look at it back then, Egan would have tore me apart. And that might have changed the entire course of my career and what I'm doing. Like he might have put the beating on me, and I was like, maybe this is not for me. But I was just lucky to, have that guidance and come up the right way. And then over the years, just maturing and taking care of myself and being smart in the gym. Like I'm not 20 years old anymore. I can't just go out there and have wars in the gym every single day and then make it through a fight camp like that. So yeah, it's just kind of maturing, being smart, and God blessed.
Man, and maybe you wouldn't be getting cool bracelets from Ensign too if you would have taken that. To change the trajectory of your wrist,
bro.
Going forward.
I will say this: I've not been like fearful. I don't know if this is the right word. Like I've never been like worried about, like even okay. So like perfect example, Ray Seffel. When he and I first met, I knew who Ray was. I used to literally play the K1 video game, and me and one of my best friends, Russell, used to pick Ray Seffel versus Ray Seffel, and one of us was getting knocked out. Very like if Ray Seffel could fight Ray Seffel, that's you guys know how that fight is going. Somebody's getting knocked out, right? And that's what we used to do. We used to just be Ray Seffel and knock each other out. So I was actually a huge fan of Ray before he and I ever met. Then I met him in Vegas, and it was on a Saturday. It was sparring at Tap Out, the old Tap Out gym. And he walked in there, and I was just like, damn, that's Ray Seffel. And all I could think to myself was, oh, man, I want to spar with him, and he's probably going to knock me out. But, dude, like, what an honor, right? To get knocked out by Ray Seffel. and then I sparred with him, and I was like, bro, literally from that day till this very day is the most controlled person who also has the capability though and the power and the know-how to put anybody's lights out, but the most controlled training partner I have ever had and met. But I was excited for that. So the only guy that I used to like hear stories about, and I was like, oh man, if I ever got to train with him, like I'm a little worried, like we're gonna be going to war, was Ensign. And I just used to hear stories about how he was, in Guam and in Japan. And I was like, man. And I felt like because who Ensign was and, like his relationship with like Brandon Wolf and just the Hawaii connection, I was like, bro, eventually one of these days I'm going to be training with him. And that was the only guy I've ever had like, that like feeling of like hesitation, like, oh. And funny enough, Ensign and I are great friends now. And yeah, we actually never like got to train like that, like he probably aged out of that era when he was, younger, probably in his late 20s, early 30s, by the time I had met him. But yeah, that would have been funny if I did fight Egan, and then Ensign might have felt some different type of way about me. Ensign, if you see this, I love you both.
Well, I know what you mean. They both those guys have just that cool factor, where you just want to touch them, man, like, and just be around them. But let me ask you this: having kids, having so many people in our sport look up to you now, what is that like, and what kind of pressures does that bring to you? Does that make you a meaner guy in the cage? Does it make you a softer guy? With your kids and all that, how does that work for you? Because there are a lot of people that look up to you now.
I don't think that like I don't think it adds any extra pressure or anything. I just the one, and it's not even in the fighting, like fighting is just a small part of life. It's not who I am. It's what I do, but it's not who I am. there's so much more that goes into my life than fighting, even though it is a very big part. But definitely the person I am, the I would say the father, the husband, the friend, the son, the brother, those are all more important than Brad the fighter. So for me, I actually enjoy that these people look up to me, and I just hope, and it is my goal, that I can give them something good to look up to that is more than just the fighting. Like, yes, of course I want them to be a fan of my work in the cage, but more than that, I want them to be a fan of the person of who I am, and I want to be able to shine that light, be the light, be the salt of the earth, just like Jesus wanted us to be.
So here's some random questions to end the interview. Did you know who Randy Couture's first loss was to?
To Ensign, right?
Yeah.
Armbar, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
He did well in the UFC, and then he went to Japan, and Ensign gave him his first loss.
Yep.
So two
Armbar
guys that you're close with fought each other, and geez, man. When you retire, I don't know why, but I feel like because now your daughters are there training, Extreme Couture is not just your gym where you train. It just seems like a second home.
Oh, 100%.
And seeing like D1 and you like for example, like a Jake Shields and other guys.
Yep.
For some reason, I could see you as a coach. Would you be a coach in the future, or get out of the game when you're done? You want to get out of the game when you're
done? I will never get out of this game because this game is my life. I will retire from fighting, but the gym, the training, the camaraderie that goes with it, just kicking it with the boys, like that will always be a part of my life. Always. Very much like how I see Ray. Like, granted, he runs a fighting promotion, so he's very still hands-on. But if you're ever around him, dude, for how long he's been doing it, his age, all the crap he got going on, he got kids, you know what I mean? He has a family at home, and he's still at the gym every single day. And not just on the, yes, he is coaching, but bro, he's still training with us. He's still grappling, and every now and then he'll jump into, not grappling. He's still sparring with us, and every now and then he'll jump into the grappling, the wrestling when he feels like it. He'll even slap on the gi every now and then. But I really like that's how I picture it for me, minus the training. Like, I'm not fully ruling it out. I'm not, people ask me all the time, like, oh, you should be a coach, you're good with people, blah, blah, blah. And like, no, I am not. I am very, very, very impatient, and it is hard for me to like coach people. Do I mind helping the boys out and showing them this, and that? No, not at all. I love helping people, and I love being able to, this younger generation coming up, if they ever want to like pick my brain and, oh, what's your thoughts on this? I don't mind helping them one single bit. But as far as like a full-time coach like Ray, like Eryk, and even like you guys said, the role that Danny has stepped into, Maki, like I don't really see that for myself.
What would you do after fighting?
After fighting, I mean, sure. If I could, I would love to just keep living this life that I do, where I train every day and I get to spend the rest of the day with my kids. But financially wise, something I've been looking into is like I wanna, after fighting, when fighting is done, I wanna probably take over a business or some businesses, and kind of just run businesses. So something like that. But I don't really see myself as a coach or opening up a gym. Like you guys said, Couture's is like my home. I will still be there all the time. You guys, even after the day after I retire, you guys will still see me in there all the time. You guys will pop in. I'll be there. I'll be training, getting my couple rounds in. My daughters obviously will still be there training, and I'll be helping in whatever aspect I can. But yeah, I don't see the coaching thing. Cornering guys, I can do that. Like, I've been in Mansour's corner, his last, I don't know, 3-4 fights or so. That on that thing I can do. But as far as like I help out, I'm just like more like a big brother to him, give him like my take on things, my advice, my point of view, help him train. But as far as that goes, like Eryk is more, more so the coach. I'm just there as, I don't know, assistant.
Mm-hmm. I guess if you don't mind me pushing you, what kind of businesses interest you? Like, for example, Bristol Monday flips houses. I think Amir Sadala does that too. Jake Ellenberger does security, personal security.
Yep.
Is there a particular business you have in mind, or not? You haven't put that part together yet?
No, there's a few things that I looked at. Like I've looked at basically businesses that can withstand a recession. Like I don't want a business that
Strip club.
people nah, definitely not that. That doesn't align with my I don't think Jesus would be too happy with me running a strip club. But no, one key one that comes to mind is just my brother in Hawaii. He owns a few plumbing companies, and we have talked about eventually opening one. He has on Maui, Oahu, Big Island, and then he expanded out to Phoenix, San Diego. And so one of the locations we talked about is here. And so I was like, you know what? When towards the tail end of fighting, which is coming up, that's something that I want to do because he's really good at it. I'm not a plumber, so there's a lot that I need to learn. But I'm not trying to be that guy out there that is like changing your toilet or fixing your leak. But so that's kind of the plan.
Okay.
We'll open up that. His company is All Aloha Plumbing, so it'll be All Aloha Plumbing Vegas, and it'll be something that he and I run together, and that's one of the plans. That's kind of the plan right now.
You're staying in Vegas, so you're not moving to Hawaii. You're not moving.
Nah. So I always thought when I was young, when I first moved out here around that time, I always thought that one day, just because of how much I value my childhood, the way I grew up, the island life, the culture, I always thought for sure, okay, I'm gonna stay in Vegas until I finish my career. I would never go back. So I had my kids. I had my oldest daughter 8 years ago, and in that time, I was like, you know what? Like, I started looking at other things. Like, in Hawaii, it's very hard. There's not a lot of opportunities just because we're so secluded. It's so expensive to do things. Like, for instance, my nephew, for instance, he's a high school baseball player, really good, Tyson Barella. He just got a full ride scholarship to UH Manoa. He's only a junior, and this past summer, he and his mom and dad, he got invited to a bunch of showcases, and that's a great way for scouts to look at you, for other schools and stuff to get a look at you. Basically, just show yourself, so that you get on people's radar. Like coming from Hawaii, unless you're doing like crazy things, like a lot of people don't really hear about you. So he came out to this showcase, and I want to say like just for them to like travel and rent cars and hotel and all that was like $5,000. Yeah. Wow. $5,000. Your plane tickets, probably more, honestly. After they, like you go places, you're gonna end up eating out and whatnot, and end up, you see a store you want to go shop or whatever. So probably more than that. Whereas you stay here in the mainland. If there's a showcase, let's just putting him in my shoes. If there's a showcase in California, that's a 4 or 5 hour drive away. Take your car, you put in gas. Obviously, you're going to stay in a hotel or whatever, but still, it's so much more doable here. There's just so much more opportunity here, which sucks, because that Hawaii lifestyle, that island lifestyle, the culture we have is very special. But man, it costs to live in paradise. So yeah, I'll probably end up staying out here. I just think that I can, especially with how expensive it is back home. Like if we went back home, I would end up having to work all day and not, see my kids. The same, like not casting shade or throwing shade on anybody, because that's the lifestyle that I grew up in. My mom and dad had to work from morning to night, and they still gave me a great life, but we didn't spend a whole lot of time compared to the time that I get to spend with my daughters. I take them to school. I pick them up right after school. Boom. We go to jiu-jitsu, soccer, whatever it is. Like earlier today, I was talking to Goes when we were, setting this time up. I was like, what was I doing? Cooking or something at the time. And I was like, I'm going to take my daughters out before the sun goes down. And that's exactly what I did. I took them out. They got some rollerblades for Christmas. Took them out rollerblading a little bit. Let them jump on the trampoline until it got too cold out there. And then we came in. As soon as we came in, the reason why I was late to respond to your text is my daughter just got Uno for Christmas as well, and she's like, "Daddy, can we play Uno?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so we ended up playing Uno a few times, and then I was like, oh crap, completely forgot about this. But yeah, like that quality time that I get to spend with my kids is priceless to me. So that's another huge reason why, we've made the decision to probably just stay out here.
Yeah. And you can always visit. Brad, let me just close with this. Just because it came to my mind as you were talking. You love the Raiders. Why not use everything that you don't worry, I'm not going to bring up the season. Why not use all the knowledge you've acquired through your strength and conditioning and maybe work with those athletes in strength and conditioning? They would respect you. You could hold them accountable because you're an ass whooper. Or a lot of teams also have a personal security, that just make sure that ain't nobody trying to be Henry Ruggs, or get in that type of trouble. Yeah. You're the guy, in other words, that when there's stuff brewing, they call security and you come and fix it and make sure everyone goes home okay. I don't know. I think you'd love being around the culture because you love the squad, and I don't know. What do you think of that? Is that just crazy and far out, or am I onto something?
Oh, bro, I ain't trying to train those guys. I feel like those guys are a little bit more entitled as well. Like you get a young, humble fighter who probably watched me fight growing up. It's that respect is there. They're a little bit more open to what I'm saying, as opposed to this kid. And now with all the NIL money, they're coming right out of college. They're making millions of dollars. And okay, whatever you say, I guess so. You didn't even play football. Well, I did play football, but you weren't in the NFL. Like even just thinking about that, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Funny enough that you mentioned, my friend and I joked about this, but I was like, bro, if this could be a thing, I would do this 100%. At least 1 year, I would want to try it. So we're working out at Dragon's Lair, and they have a screen up in there for advertising, and one of the ads was for the Desert Dogs, and I was saying I want to go watch them because I've never seen lacrosse. I don't understand it, whatever. But like it's Vegas, I want to support it. We have a team. I'd love to go take my kids. So I think we're gonna go next week Friday. Anyhow, I was watching it and they're fighting, and I was like, "Oh, bro, that's sick!" Like hockey. Like I've always loved hockey, but grew up on Big Island. There's no ice on Big Island. You're not gonna learn how to skate. So I was like, "Oh, hockey, I could be the enforcer, but I have to learn how to be good on skates because I'd probably get embarrassed by some kid who's skating all his life that knows how to throw a punch on skates." But then I was like, "Oh, lacrosse." They're fighting on the ground. And I was like, I just seen this like Sports Center clip of some dude getting knocked out cold in lacrosse. And I was like, bro, I wonder if the Desert Dogs, do they have enforcers in lacrosse? I don't know. I feel like they might.
Sure they do. Every sport seems to have one.
Hey, Las Vegas Desert Dogs, if you guys are seeing this, I'm your guy. When I retire, I want to be the enforcer. Just send me out on there to go scrap whoever. I'm down. Let's go. It would be funny. It would be the first ever leg kick thrown in lacrosse. They would come out ready to duke it out, hands up, and I just smash the leg. Boom.
I love it. All right. Well, I knew we'd find something for you, even if it's just for a year.
Just for the year. Just let me just have glory in lacrosse. Let me just say I did it.
All right, man. Thanks for spending time with us here on MMA Junkie Radio. It's always a fun time. I never know what direction it's going to go in. We ended up in Desert Dogs territory with you as the enforcer. But, folks, he will be fighting against Eryk Anders at a fight night coming up on March 14th in 2026. Plenty of time there for him to get a good camp in, a safe weight cut, and obviously a great fight. This will be your 28th You're 38. He's 38. So I know this fight's gonna mean a lot to both of you guys. Because I remember you guys both actually coming to the studio and there being a little bit of a relationship there 12, 13 years ago.
Yep.
Anyway, life comes around full circle. Brad, thanks again for the evening. Enjoy it with your family, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. You know, it's always a pleasure to be on the show with you guys. I love kicking it with you guys and talking stories. And like you said, bro, we never know where it's gonna go. Mustard on eggs is disgusting. Eryk, very disappointing.
Hey, but on the chili dog, it's good on the chili dog. Try it on the chili dog if you haven't.
Oh, so here's a funny thing. Chili dog. So my favorite thing, I love hot dogs. And my go-to is just ketchup, mustard, relish, right? In fact, I just took my daughter to Sam's Club on New Year's Eve, and we had some hot dogs there, picking up some last-minute supplies. And she was asking me, like, because she just likes ketchup. She was like, oh, Daddy, why do you like this or that or blah, blah. And I was like, this is my favorite. Even on a chili dog with smothered in chili and cheese, I'll still rock ketchup, mustard, and relish on it.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
The ketchup's not competing with the chili?
Nah, it's the same.
I'll try it. I'll give it a try.
You guys ever eat chili and rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mayonnaise in your chili. Game changer.
Come on.
Mayonnaise in your chili. Mayonnaise in your chili. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Wait. All right. What mayonnaise?
Ew, no. I'm using Best Foods.
There you go.
Actually, Brad's finally offended, even though he's throwing a bunch of curveballs our way.
No. You know what I just recently started using because it's very convenient because of the bottle is I don't know how to say it correctly, but I think it's Kewpie.
It's soap, no?
No, Kewpie. Is it Kewpie? Kewpie?
What's that?
Kewpie. The Kewipie or something. Kewpie. I think it's like a Japanese mayonnaise.
Oh, okay.
It's like a clear long bottle with like a skinny neck and a red cap.
It's good.
It's good. I've been using it.
It's just because mayonnaise on what?
Oh, in my chili sandwiches, whatever. I love mayonnaise.
A sandwich, yeah, but chili, I don't know.
Chili, try it.
I'll right try now. Them all out of respect for you. I'll try them all.
Yeah, so go right now. You guys like beans in your chili or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so right there, perfect. You can get it.
Garcia.
You can get it. You can get. Wow. You
don't see me asking. Do you like Spam?
Sometimes. No, it'd be worse if you're like, oh, do you like pineapple? Which I absolutely love. Yes. But go to Chili's. Go to Zippy's. Go get yourself some Zippy's chili and rice, and get some mayonnaise. And put some mayonnaise in your chili, mix it up, mush it all together.
Okay, but one day when you're making a ham sandwich or a turkey sandwich for your daughters to take to school, put Miracle Whip. Watch how they come home and go, Daddy, the sandwich is tangy today. It was really, really good. And then you got to try it next.
I don't know. I've tried Miracle Whip before, but it just wasn't hitting the spot.
Well,
yeah.
You gotta be careful, George. He might Miracle Whip your ass if he doesn't like it.
No, I'm always down to try. I love eating different foods and trying different things.
You can get the little Miracle Whip. If you don't like it, just toss it.
The sample pack. No, I'm telling you, I've tried it before because I seen it. I was like, what is this Miracle Whip? I was like, this must be like a Howley thing, like mainland thing. So I tried it and I was like, it's not really for me. But what I will say is, so the same way I am with eggs and rice, and I gotta have my ketchup. If I eat chili and rice, I have to have mayonnaise. So if there was only Miracle Whip, it would do the trick for me. I'd be like, okay, fine, this is mayonnaise, cool. But if I had my choice between Best Foods and that, I'm choosing Best Foods or Kewpie, whatever it's called.
All right, man. Well, I made a mental note. I will try Kewpie.
Kewpie, whatever it's called. I don't know. You watch. Go Google it after this. You'll see.
I will. You said Zippy, so I'm down with Zippy. So I'll remember.
Go get some Zippy's chili and take your mayonnaise with you. Because the last time I went in there, they're like, no, we don't have mayonnaise. I was like, bro, how do you guys not have mayonnaise? You guys have mac salad. You guys have to have mayonnaise back there. They're like, sorry, we don't have mayonnaise. So I put the mac salad in the chili. That was my mayonnaise.
As you were walking out the door, did you hear? What a weirdo!
No way, they already know. That's like a Big Island thing.
Oh,
Mayonnaise in chili. That's a Big Island thing.
So then they should have been more hip to it.
Yeah, they should have known. They should have been like, "Oh, we got the mayonnaise just for you. We knew you was coming today."
Yeah, if it's a mainland, if it's a Hawaii thing, then yeah, you gotta always be prepared.
From Big Island, people on Oahu don't do it. I think people on Oahu get grossed out by it. It's a Big Island thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was that many differences between the islands.
Yeah, people on different islands do different things. Another Big Island thing is like gravy. Like on Big Island, we love gravy. There will be people that you find on.
Oh, what's that?
That's my green screen. There will be people on Oahu that you find that like gravy, but the best Big Island, like everybody loves gravy, extra gravy.
What's her name?
Say hi, Starry.
Hi.
How are you? You do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, huh?
That's George and goes. Okay, go. Okay, go. Say bye. We're saying bye anyway. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys at the gym. She's trying to hear you guys. So, can you hear them?
Yeah. All right, man. It's great to see you and your beautiful daughter. And thanks again for the time, Brad.
All right, fellas. Happy New Year.
Bye.
I'll see you guys at the gym soon.
Buddy. Okay.
All right. Bye.